Hello, everyone. Take two. All right, we had some technical difficulties. Something was going on Facebook where it kept freezing my screen, and so I apologize. I had to pop back in. Hopefully, those of you who are on the first time will pop in and see this on the second take. But today we have a really important topic, and I am going to review what I said before, just because I deleted the previous recording because it just was frozen and I wasn't sure whether or not it was still recording. So today's topic is one that's been requested by a few people in who are coming to our free event, the New Love in the New Year event happening December 8th and 9th in Fort Lauderdale. I'll tell you a little bit more about that in a little bit. However, the question is how to not get too attached to a man. And really what that means is not getting attached to a man prematurely. So here's what happens. Men and women, we are not just, Michelle said this yesterday, we're not just, less hairy, less muscular versions of men. We actually are two completely different entities, species, if you will, and we are wired differently. And if you notice, women tend to be wired more for bonding. Now, it's if we go back to the history of time, we were the nurturers. We were the ones who kept the tribes together, while the men were the hunters and the gatherers, and they went out to protect and feed the tribe. So this is why women, when we meet each other, whether it's at the grocery store, at a bridal shower, at a party, we'll start to talk, and in a very short amount of time, most women, and I am speaking in generalities because some people they're more reserved and they've gotten burned a little bit, so they're less trusting. But in general, in a very short amount of time, both women know a lot about each other. We tend to share a lot more. There's some sirens. I apologize. Not that I can do anything about it. I hope the person is safe, whoever's being transported. And so we'll be at a party and we'll be at an event, and we'll feel close by the end of the event, even if it's just a few hours long. And that's because we are really wired to bond. And so what happens if we translate that into a romantic relationship setting, what happens is that sometimes when a man is texting and he's calling and he's asking you out and he's showing you attention, which is what a man who's interested does. And we always tell our clients, when a man is interested, you never have to wonder. You really never have to wonder, because he's showing you. His actions are consistent with his words, and he's doing things to let you know that he is interested in you and getting to know you and spending time with you. So what happens a lot of times is when we see a man giving that type of attention, many women, again, I'm speaking in generalities, but it's very common over 30 years of doing this. I can tell you it's very, very common that they will confuse the attention for being connected or being in a relationship. And really the only place a relationship is happening is in your head. It's still not a relationship just because he's showing you attention. So what tends to happen is that there's what we call premature attachment and falling into a relationship, which isn't really a relationship, but you start to act as if you are in a relationship. So premature attachment means that really before you've taken the time to get to know the person and allowed him to get to know you on a really deep level, before you even know if this is someone that you want to spend another 2 hours with, much less the rest of your life with, you start to feel attached. And that can have certain consequences, because when he doesn't call or he doesn't text as regularly, or if he skips a day, all of a sudden you go into a swirl thinking that he's just playing or he's not interested. And what starts to happen is the woman who hasn't done the work that we teach, we call it heart work, HEART work, not hard work, heart work, will start to make that mean something about herself, or she will start stepping into the pursuing mode because a fear's been triggered, the fear of either rejection or maybe he's forgetting about me, or what's going on, something's wrong. And so the woman starts calling, or you start calling, you start texting, sending a hey, how are you message, or this funny article I saw, or a really funny meme I saw on Instagram, really what's happening is you're trying to get on his radar. And if you look beneath it, and we're going to do a lot of work on this at our 2-day event that's happening in December, December 8th and 9th, where we're going to look at what are the fears underneath that urge to pursue, because many women think, I'm just being confident, I'm just being, you know, a self-aware woman, or you know, a feminist, or whatever it is. And really what you're doing is you're afraid. You're afraid if I don't contact him, he won't contact me. So it's the, if I don't blank, then he won't blank. And that's what's really running the show. But underneath that is that there's this premature attachment. And what normally happens when this begins to happen is you stop checking your online dating inbox, because you kind of think, well, I'm already with somebody. And it's a lot of it is happening subconsciously. So you need to be understanding and compassionate with yourself. But it doesn't work, because what starts to happen on the other side is you start coming across as aggressive or needy or entitled, like he's supposed to be calling you every day rather than he chooses to call you every day because he's thinking about you and he wants to get to know you. And so on your end, there's all this fear that's having you try to control the situation and control what's happening in the dynamic. I'm going to call it a dynamic because it's not a relationship until it is. And then on his end, it's coming across as like, whoa, like what's going on? We're just talking, you know, we're just dating. And, you know, we often joke about it, but it's true. A lot of women are going, you know, men are going out on dates, individual dates, and women are going out on relationships. And it can really make for a painful experience when you're thinking that you're with someone and you're not. And so this premature attachment, and it's premature because you just haven't laid the foundation to know, do you really know this person? Honestly, until you're in a relation, until you've gotten to know someone, you're with a stranger, you're having dinner with a stranger, you're having conversations with a stranger with the intention of getting to know them, to see if this is someone that you'd like to continue seeing. So if you can approach dating in that way, then you really do prevent a lot of this premature attachment. And you also prevent a lot of the heartache that comes with it, because then what happens is women get hurt. And when we get hurt, many times we get angry. And that's what starts turning into the male bashing, or men in this city don't know what they want, or it's so hard to find a man who wants a relationship in Miami or Fort Lauderdale. We said yesterday, we hear that about Israel and Spain and, you know, Portland and everywhere. Everywhere women are, they're having the same conversation. And it's not that men are difficult to meet. It's not that it's difficult to meet a great man. It's that you may not be attracting the kind of man that is commitment ready, who's looking to really get to know you. You know, a lot of people are just dating to date, to get to know people. That really is the intention of dating, is to just get to know people. And then you can choose the people that you want to continue seeing, and then the person that you want to be exclusive with. So that's really what happens. And so the best way to avoid becoming attached too prematurely is to make sure that you are seeing several people. Now, we're not saying you have to be dating 10 people at the same time. That may be too overwhelming for you. For some people, it's fine. Some people will have a coffee date in the morning, a lunch date in the afternoon, and an evening date with someone. And it's just because they have a very healthy, a lot of our clients just have a very healthy relationship with dating. They know that it's just an opportunity to meet and talk and get to know someone and have fun while you're doing it. So the first thing is to make sure that you don't stop seeing other people, or you don't stop, talking to other people, and you're putting all of your attention and your energy on one person, because that's definitely, even if he is giving you a lot of attention, it's automatically going to increase the potential of becoming prematurely attached. Another way, so one way, number one, was dating other people, and another way is to just keep reminding yourself of what's actually happening. So what's actually happening is you're getting to know someone. What's actually happening is you have an opportunity to go have coffee or have dinner or go dancing or see a show together, and you get to share time with a person that you're getting to know, and to see what happens with no attachment. You don't want to be going out on relationships thinking, oh, this is the one, and this is the one, and this is the one, because that's where you start to feel frustrated. that's where you start to feel heartbroken. And it's where a lot of the disillusionment and the resignation starts to come in, you know, where we hear women saying, you know, I'm just better off alone. If you're out there, could you just go ahead and put something in the comments? It's showing me that there's people there, and then I'm not seeing a darn thing. And then on the computer, it's not showing that, it's showing that there's nobody. So, but on my phone, it shows that there are people out there. So I'm not ignoring you. I'm not saying hello. I just don't see you. So please make sure and, you know, put the little hearts or thumbs up so I know that you're there. All right. So first thing is to make sure. Oh, there we go. Anne Marie, thank you. You're there. I knew there were people there. So I'm glad it's helpful. Let me know if you have any follow-up questions, if there's anything that is coming up for you or opening up for you, an awareness, because that's, you know, that's where we can dive in a little bit deeper. And hi, Diana. It's so good to see you, love. So good to see you, honey. All right. So I'm actually going to wait to see if I get any questions. And then if not, I'm going to wrap up quickly because I'm actually going on a mom and son date. Well, actually, I've been told not to call it a date. What did he say? A night out with my teenage son. We're going to go have dinner together because the little one is in Orlando and on a field trip, his first field trip without me in Orlando. Crying this morning. And then my hubby's out of town. So we're going out to dinner to our favorite restaurant, just him and me, no phones, just us. And I'm really excited about that. Let me see. Diana said, I just had a conversation with a girlfriend today. Oh, do tell. do tell what happened, and you know, let me know if there's anything that I can contribute to the conversation. It really is very common. And look, there's this thing that Michelle and I are constantly reminding women that there's nothing wrong with you. If you're doing these things, there isn't anything wrong with you. It's just that you're doing things that aren't giving you the results that you want. And that's why we're going to be talking about a lot of this at the 2-day event. It's called New Love in the New Year. It's over here in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. So all you local ladies, we're doing something we have never, ever done before, which is I'm even having trouble saying it because it's in 10 years of doing this, we've never done this before, but we are giving this training away free for 2 whole days with us. Intimate setting. There are just a few seats. Right now we have about, I think it's like 370 women who have said they want to come, and there are not 370 seats. There's maybe, I think we have a maximum capacity of like 60 in the room. So we're in the process of confirming people, making sure they're actually coming, because, you know, sometimes you see something free on Facebook, you click on it and then you forget about it. And we want to make sure that, first of all, we have enough materials, but also that the women who say they're coming are actually going to come. Remember, relationships are built on commitment, and many times we say something and we don't honor their commitment, and then we wonder why we're not attracting men who are committed to us, right? It's a reflection of the relationship that we have with our own word. So I see a couple of questions coming in, and Anne Marie says, where can I meet a nice guy and not online? So there's a lot of places to meet nice guys. My question to you, Anne Marie, I don't know if you go by both names, Anne Marie, but would be, where are you right now going to meet people? Because I wouldn't want to tell you the same things that you're already doing, but a lot of women. So I'm going to say 2 things. I'm going to say, where can you meet nice guys and not online? And then I'm going to talk about online dating, because here's one thing that all of you need to know, ladies. Hold on, I want to make sure that I get the statistic right. 3 out of every 4 marriages right now are coming from online dating. So those of you who have this aversion to online dating, know that the issue is not online dating. Online dating obviously works. 3 out of 4 marriages, I mean, that's 75% of all marriages right now are coming from online dating. You can't argue with the facts. What's happening is that women are not having a good experience with online dating because they're not attracting the right man. But what happens a lot of times is, if you're not attracting the right man online, you're probably not going to attract the right man out there either. There's something that's in the way. Again, nothing is wrong with you, but there's something. There might be a fear, a limiting belief, choices that you're making, and those choices are leading you to not have the experience that you want in dating. So it's never that dating doesn't work. Obviously dating works. There's people all over the world who have been married because they dated first. It's not that dating doesn't work, and it's not that online dating doesn't work. And a lot of times people tell me, which online site do you recommend? And the truth is that we have had clients meet their partners on multiple sites: Match.com, eHarmony, Tinder, um, OkCupid, which is the one that's for, there's one that's for older. Is that OkCupid? It might be another one. I mean, lots of different, I think even Bumble, we've had some people meet, Plenty of Fish. I mean, all, practically all of them. It's not online dating. It's the experience that you're having, and you want to get curious about, okay, so how can I start attracting the right man wherever I am? But don't not, and you know what, maybe I'll do a whole different Facebook Live coming up on online dating, because I think it's really important that we understand that it's not the system that doesn't work. It clearly works. It's just something's not working for you, and we want to fix that so you can meet your guy. But some other places to meet guys are at social events. Let me see if she said, all my friends just recently got married and had babies, so my options have become a little more limited. Everybody's in the family zone. Completely get it. When I was widowed, some of you, I mean, a lot of you may not know, but I was widowed at a young age. I was widowed at 27, and my friends were all getting married and they had their kids, and here I was single again. And so it was different because I didn't have people to go out with. And my late husband and I were involved in, you know, where I started coaching, since I've been coaching for 30 years, was in ministry. And so all of our friends were already married, and then your partner dies means all of your friends, you know, it's a different world. And so I had to learn how to meet people. And what I'll say is, one of the easiest ways to meet people is to, I said this, I think on Monday's Facebook Live, which was meetup.com. Now there are strategies for making meetups successful, because just like online dating, some people might say, oh, I go to meetups and I don't meet anybody. So it's going on a meetup site, it's searching by your city, open up to a little bit further than 2 blocks down your, you know, two blocks away from your house, open up, and so that you can meet people other than the people that you're always seeing if you do actually go out a lot. And look at the calendar. How often do they meet? Who RSVPs for that meetup? You want to go to a meetup, you want to join a meetup that's active, that's meeting at least once a month, if not more regularly, and then look to see who are the people who are RSVPing. For you, Anne Marie, you might be okay starting out in a meetup group that's has mostly women, or a lot of women, because now you'll have new girlfriends that you can go out with if all of your friends are married and you don't have people to go out with and you don't want to go out alone. But you can also look at co-ed meetups and look to see things that you're already interested in, things that that either you've done and you're good at, or you're really interested in learning something new, doing something new. And I'm going to say it, ladies, because we tend to attract a lot of entrepreneurial women. Don't just go to networking events. The goal at a networking event is to network for business. It's very different. I'm gonna do a Facebook Live on that too. It's a very different goal than going to just meet somebody that you'd like to go out with. Now, it's not that it doesn't happen. Okay, it absolutely happens. However, if all the places that you go to are business networking events, I guarantee you, and I don't even know you, or I know some of you, I guarantee you that you're leading with your business. And for women, those of us who are successful in our businesses, we're always going to go with what we're more confident with. And so I have heard, and it's been happening more and more, where I hear when I have conversations with women, that these network marketing dates are turning into like consultations, like on the day he's picking her brain based on what she does, or into business deals. It just gets confusing. So I'm going to say, yes, it's great to go out to a networking event because you think I'm going to meet an entrepreneurial man who's, you know, he's got his own business, so he's going to understand what it's like to be with a woman who has her own business. I'm going to say, don't start there. Start with fun. Dating and relationships are supposed to be fun. Go have fun. Get your head out of work. Get your head out of your business. Go be a radiant goddess. Lead with your personality and not your resume, right? Or, well, we usually say lead with your radiance and not your resume, and your personality and not your sexuality, right? You want to just lead with you and meet people and have fun. So that would be my first thing, Marie. So let me know if that's helpful. And then I saw something from Jennifer. Here we go. Jennifer says, and I'm looking over here because for some reason I just can't see these little tiny, we just got to get with it. I'm 48 years old. So, so Jennifer says, I like the idea of dating multiple people. Sometimes it feels like you're supposed to stop and see what happens with just the one. Reminding myself that it's a chance to know someone and then decide. Not decide prematurely and then get to know them. Such a great, I'm glad that that was your takeaway, Jennifer, because the truth is that women think, and you said it, we're supposed to stop. We should stop. And our clients know we say, you want to stop shooting all over yourself, right? I should stop. There's no guilt. There's no cheating. There's nothing wrong with seeing someone today and going out with someone tomorrow, someone different tomorrow, or seeing someone in the morning and then having a date with a different guy. You are not doing anything wrong. We don't recommend sleeping with all the different men, because then you're not just dealing with confusion. Now you're dealing with oxytocin and serotonin and all of these chemicals, this biological chemistry experiment that starts to happen, and you start to feel attached to the person. And you know, we have a joke with a group of people, you know, about keeping things out of the back seat. Like if you're on a first date and you're automatically going to the back seat, you're making out, it's getting a little bit, it's not going all the way, but it's getting a little bit hot and heavy. You want to notice, why am I doing that? Yes, there's attraction. Yes, it makes it exciting, but a lot of times we do that subconsciously to avoid actually creating emotional intimacy, which can only happen when you're speaking to someone, when you're getting to know them, when you're finding out about them. What are their goals? What's their sense of humor like? What do they do in a stressful situation? I mean, you're not interrogating him. You're just getting to know him. But you've got to be present, and you've got to have all of your wits about you. So drinking is not something that we recommend either on dates, even though I know sometimes it can feel like you can relax with a glass of wine. Be 100% present. You'd be surprised what a small percentage of the time we're actually being 100% present where we are with the person that we're with. Try it as a social experiment and let me know how it goes. So yeah, so I know that there's a tendency to think I should stop and get to know someone. The only time you want to do that is when the man has said, you know what, something like this. Okay, you might say something. Yes, men still ask women to be their girlfriends. We know because our clients tell us. But he might say something like, you know what, I'm going to take my profile down because I really like to only to only see you. So I like to take my profile down because I like to only see you. Now, here's the thing. Just because that's how he feels doesn't mean that that's how you have to feel. And don't let your fear of thinking that he won't like you, if you say, you know what, I'm not ready to be exclusive yet, don't let that trap you into fear. Is never a reason to make a choice. Oh my gosh, we have so much we're going to teach you at the New Love in the New Year event. There's just so much I can fit into a Facebook Live, and I've got to actually wrap this one up so I can go take my son to dinner. But you don't have to, just because he's ready to be exclusive. So you could say this would be a perfect thing to say. Watch this on the replay, rewind it, listen to it a few times. I'm having such a great time getting to know you, and I'm not ready to be 100% exclusive yet, but I really would love to continue getting to know you. So what have you told him? I'm having a great time getting to know you. I'm not ready to be exclusive yet. And by the way, I still love to keep getting to know you. Now, if a man starts saying, well, you know what, I don't share with other men, or I'm not one to, I just like to see one woman at a time. You could say, look, I understand that. I respect that that's how you feel. I just wanted you to know that I'm open to continue getting to know you. That's it. Okay, so that's a really great way to answer that. Let me see if I have any other things here. Okay, so it looks like I've gotten through the comments and the questions. Now, those of you watching on the replay, go ahead and put your questions in your comments below. I promise I'll pop in later tonight or tomorrow morning, answer your questions, and we'll be back here tomorrow at 6:00 p.m. Eastern, answering your questions. We've got one coming up on online dating and one coming up on exclusivity, the difference between dating, being in an exclusive relationship, and being in a committed relationship. They are three completely different things. All right, ladies, I hope that this was helpful. Have a wonderful rest of the evening. Gonna go have some sushi with my little man, my 15-year-old son, and I will see you all here tomorrow. Until our hearts meet again, always remember that you are loved. Mwah. Bye for now.